Migrant madness in bonkers Britain. Today started with Rishi Sunak making claims on tackling illegal immigration that, for the reasons I'm about to reveal here on GB News, I don't believe he can actually stand up.
Reduce the number of illegal arrivals from Albania by 90%. Increase the number of illegal working raids by 50%. Because of all the action, we've taken the number of small boat arrivals down by a third, Madam Deputy Speaker.
Then in came Hurricane Suella, exposing the insanity of the human rights laws that Sunak has been unable to change.
My time as Home Secretary, I can say that the same human rights framework is producing insanities that the public would scarcely believe. Foreign terrorists we can't deport because of their human rights. Terrorists we have to let back in because of their human rights. Foreign rapists and paedophiles who should have been removed but are released back into the community only to reoffend. Yep, because of their human rights.
Sunak and Cleverly don't want to leave the ECHR and take back full control of our borders. Suella set a stall out.
It is no secret that I support leaving the European Convention on Human Rights and replacing the Human Rights Act with a British Bill of Rights that protects the vulnerable and our national security and finishes the job of Brexit by extricating us from the foreign court and restores real parliamentary supremacy.
So the Rwanda plan was about to be published in full. Suella laid out her tests.
Firstly, the bill must address the Supreme Court's concerns about the safety of Rwanda. Secondly, the bill must enable flights before the next election. Thirdly, the bill must remedy deficiencies in the Illegal Migration Act to ensure that removals can take place within days. Fourth, the bill must enable the administrative detention of illegal arrivals until they are removed. Fifth, Parliament must be prepared to sit over Christmas to get this bill done.
And then came this ultimatum.
And if the Prime Minister leads that fight, he has my total support. Thank you.
Moments later, the new Rwanda deal was published, and immediately a source close to Suella clapped back. She said this bill doesn't come close to meeting Suella's test. It is fatally flawed. It will be bogged down in the courts for months and months, and it won't stop the boats. It is a further betrayal of Tory voters and the decent patriotic majority who want to see this insanity brought to an end. There were then serious rumours of our Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick resigning. Then Rishi Sunak went to meet backbench Tory MPs in the 1922 committee to try to keep them on side. As he was in there was a sensational intervention from the Rwandan government. They threatened to pull out of the deal. They said they are committed to upholding the highest standards of international law, and without lawful behaviour from us, here in the UK, Rwanda will not be able to continue. Then, the new Home Secretary, James Cleverly, addressed Parliament at 6 p.m. and banged on a bit about how good the new Rwanda deal is.
The treaty puts beyond legal doubt the safety of Rwanda and ends the endless merry-go-round of legal challenges that have frustrated thus far this policy and second-guess the will of Parliament.
Then the Immigration Minister resigned, Robert Jenrick. In his letter, he said, I am unable to take the currently proposed legislation to the Commons as I do not believe it provides us with the best possible chance of success. A bill of this kind that you are proposing is a triumph of hope over experience. Suella Braverman is against it. The Immigration Minister, a formerly close ally of Sunak, has quit over it. It looks like this deal won't make it through the Commons, let alone the Lords, let alone the Court, let alone the Court of Public Opinion. Who wants a deal that involves the public spending hundreds of millions of pounds to send a handful of illegal immigrants to a country that can reject them and send them back, that wants us to continue to pay for their bed and board while they're in Rwanda? But here, at GB News, I have come to my own conclusion that you are being lied to about the Rwanda plan even being a deterrent. I think you're being lied to about how well the government is doing working with the French to combat the Channel migrant crisis, and I think you're being lied to about the sheer scale of the problem waiting on the other side of the Channel. A full version of our exclusive special report from Calais will be broadcast at 10 p.m. tonight. Here is a flavour of it. Our Home and Security Editor, Mark White, and his amazing team blow the lid off pretty much every single one of the government's claims.
This group of migrants boarded a bus to accommodation provided by the regional government further inland. But these migrants will be back as soon as they get the nod from the smugglers that it's their turn to board a small boat. And you just need to head to the rail station in Calais for evidence of more migrant arrivals. Police on the platforms can do little to stop them. This group of young men tell me they're from Afghanistan, just off the train from Belgium. They plan to camp around Calais as they wait for their turn on a small boat.